Hey, if you're going to be taking the Carnival Jubilee out of Galveston, Texas, you might want to watch this video. I cover everything that's pretty much on ship and then all the stops. Let's go! Here's something that everybody likes to see. This is that ship map that shows you the complete ship. So this is something you can either screenshot or, just study or whatever, so you can see what the entire ship looks like and see, get a leg up on everybody and see where everything's at. But like, subscribe, comment, and share. Let's go. If you think this looks like Cuba, don't be alarmed. It is the Havana area. That's where you're at. And we're in a Havana room. Oh, what is that? A teddy bear? Oh, what fun. Those are all over Carnival ships every time they clean a room. Right here's more Cuba stuff on the walls, and this is the stateroom that we stayed in. And you can see that. And I'm just going to show you right in here. We got these really special house coats. And I actually never wore those, but anyway, they look cool. And then we've got this standard bathroom like you see on most modern Carnival ships. It's got the glass door that slides. I like those better than a shower curtain. And here's the closets. Plenty of closet space. You got your safe in here. Lots of closet space, lots of hangers. That's a plus, if you know. And there's a full-length mirror right here in this one. That's awesome. It was a good mirror. And this is just what the room looks like. So probably should have filmed this first, but I unpacked stuff and then did it. Okay, and we're up here on the Serenity deck. And it is serene up here because there's no kids. Sorry, parents. Anyway, we're overlooking Galveston right now. I thought this town would look really cool, but it actually looks just like a dirty shipyard from the boat. And I'm not making fun of Galveston. I think Galveston's a pretty nice little town. It's just, it seems a lot smaller whenever you get there. You think, oh, Galveston's huge. If you've never been there, and I didn't even know it was an island, so what do I know about Galveston anyway? Anyway, you cross over and you're like, oh, wow, it's not quite as big as I thought it was. Anyway, here we are at the putt-putt course. Nobody here yet, of course, because we just got on the boat. And up there's the bolt track, and we'll get to that later. And I think right down there is Guy Fieri's, but right now we're just kind of going as I go. And, oh, I think that's the Carnival Dream over there. And more of the Galveston area, shipyard area, or port, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, right now we're in the warehouse. I've wasted a lot of money down here, and parents, if you got kids, they have wasted tons and tons of money down here, but probably not as much as you've wasted in the casino. I've spent about probably $100 here in about a half an hour before, or less, but it is fun. All right, so here's one of those projection clocks that you see on the floors in some Carnival ships. Just wanted to show that off, and I'm just going through some of the shops here and just walking through some of the main areas on board the Carnival Jubilee, and it's pretty neat in here. There's lots of neat stuff to look at, but right now you're getting ready to see me heartbroken because I cannot play any of these slot machines in here because we are still in port. I know, isn't that a dilemma? You want to play one of your favorite slot machines, but guess what? You can't. You're in port. Okay, now we're in here in the main areas, just kind of looking around. And here's one of the favorites of everybody. And this is Coastal Slice, which used to be known as Pizza Pirate. I wish they still called it that. But we're here at Coastal Slice, one of my favorite things to do. And I'm eating it. And when I'm in line waiting for this, I want to say, give me 4 pizzas. I don't want anybody else having any. You know how it is. You wait in line so long, and then you see all these people getting pizza, and you think, man, I'm pizza greedy. Oh, back to this. We're at the Havana bar right now. This is if you're a Havana guest, this is where you get to hang out at. And we did hang out here all week. They've got this nice little pool over here, and it's not quite as small as it looks like on this video, but it is small, and it's a little cozy, but it's a lot of fun. And there weren't tons of people up there hanging out. Okay, there's that main Jubilee graphic right there on the wall. And we're in the Currents area right here. And that's where Dr. Inks, our drinks, is at, that little bar there. And then the bistro's across. Hopefully nobody gets drunk and starts ordering sandwiches incoherently. So I don't think Carnival will allow that anyway. They probably put a stop to that. Okay, all this stuff here looks like you're underwater, right? So all these screens up here give you the illusion that you are like in a submarine or something. Even the ceiling has like turtles going across it. Everything in here is like a screen. So everything looks like you're underwater, which is pretty cool. I think most people think that's neat. I think it's neat. Very, very neat. All right. And then here in just about 2 or 3 seconds, I think we're going to be above all this stuff. Oh, we're still in it, looking at it. And we're going to be looking over down in it here in just a second. I want you to see, oh, here's one of those interactive maps. If you've ever been on Carnival cruises, they had the old style that were kind of simple, but this is one that you can actually put your finger on it to tell you which ship is where all over the map of like the Caribbean and different parts of the world. There's the Alchemy Bar, which is on a lot of Carnival ships, and we're overlooking everything now, like I said we would. And right here, I want to show you guys this. So parents, they did a Build-A-Bear day or a Build-A-Bear moment in the main area, main stage area. I don't know what this cost or anything, but it looked pretty cool if you're a kid. So it's actual, a real Build-A-Bear, so you can do that. Don't know if it's every ship or every port, but or every sailing, but there you go. I bought a Carnival hat. Didn't wear it though because I didn't want people to think I was working on the ship, but I am wearing it right now, or at least while I got off the boat. Okay, right here we are in Mahogany Bay. This is what it looks like when you get off the ship. So don't be alarmed. It doesn't look like a lot of fun, but it gets better. Okay, you get off here. This is where everybody gets their picture taken at, this Mahogany Bay sign that's kind of written in cursive or whatever. People line up here, and there's also a Carnival guy there taking pictures. And we're now in one of my favorite stores ever. This is Del Sol, and this is where you get those shirts that change color in the sun. And that's what that shirt changes to that color. It's actually fading, but you can buy these really cool shirts that change color in the sun. I've probably got about 20 of them. I've collected over the years, and I also go next door to Del Sol, or I'm sorry, to Carry Loha, which makes the bamboo clothing. They're actually like sister stores. Okay, and I suggest anybody check those out. They're great stores, and they got good quality clothing. Okay, and this is just the main area here in Mahogany Bay. So check it out. This is where you can do all your shopping at. And I'm sure there's some stuff that's not going to be in this video, but I just wanted to kind of give you a quick overlook of everything that you'll see here in Mahogany Bay. Just kind of give you an idea. So we're here in Rotan and Mahogany Bay. Okay, walking along. This is a little bar area that was here, and it's kind of like the main bar that's in the little shopping area that people like to hang out at. And that little trail right there takes you through the jungle to the beach. So, and you actually don't get caught up in jungle. It's all paved all the way through. But guess what? You're going to have fun walking out there because, well, you might not have fun. You might get tired. But it's downhill going out there, so it's not too bad. But when you come back, remember, you're going to be going uphill. They do have a ski lift that'll take you out there, but it was down while we were there, so we weren't able to take the ski lift, so we did walk all the way to the beach. See, there's the ski lift there. It's not working today. So we did walk all the way to the beach, and then after we got to the beach, we ended up having to walk back, and it's uphill all the way back. It's more ski lift. Wouldn't that just be cool to be hanging out over that, and looking over and seeing your ship and looking over the water and stuff? I think that looks neat. Wished we could have done it, but again, it was down for maintenance. There's the ship. There's the Jubilee sticking out like a sore thumb. They can't hide it. It's a very large ship. Okay, now we're here at the beach. I'm going to stick my toes in the sand just so I can say that I did it. But we really, we like hanging out there in the Havana area because it's very comfortable. Nothing wrong with the beach, but there are sand fleas in different places. Don't want to mess with any of that. But I'm not too much of a prude because I did stick my toes in the sand, and it was fun. So I did interact with nature just a bit. And then I put on these big cowboy boots in front of that bar. Now we're back on the ship overlooking so that you can see what this looks like. And I think we're back in the Havana area, and we're overlooking Mahogany Bay. So that's what it looks like from the ship. Oh, hey, they made a Grogu for us. We got back to the room, take showers and stuff. And Grogu was there waiting on us. I've never seen him make anything, I don't think, except for animals. So when I saw something from the Mandalorian, I was like, hey, wow. Okay, and right here, we're walking around. This is actually the next stop. This is us walking around inside of Costa Maya. So you can see like some Indians up there. So this is the next day in Costa Maya. So there's the Indians up there, and we're getting ready to walk into their little port store. And there's that 360 store, and they sell all the colognes and chocolates and booze and stuff like that in there at I think duty free. And here we are walking into Costa Maya. So if you wanted to walk into Costa Maya, this is what it looks like when you're walking into it. Okay, and they take your picture out here, of course. We saw these armed guards out here, which you see those a lot of Carnival ports or different ports, people protecting you. And right there's the Del Sol store there. I always stop in all the Del Sol and Carry Loha stores because I love their clothing, love their shirts and jackets and stuff like that. And right here we are, just hanging out in the main area. And guess what? There are flamingos here. There are these really cool pink flamingos. You can get your picture taken with them, or you do it yourself. Take your picture with them. They don't move really much at all. They just kind of stand around and make little movements here and again. They move pretty slow, but they're beautiful. Look at them. Neat. They have this nice little pool area. I don't know if you really swim here, but you can wade in it pretty good. And get this bar and hang out. The kids can have something to do while you have a couple drinks. Get off the ship for a little while and have some fun without actually having to take a full excursion or anything. And right here, this is called like piranha something or other, and this is where they have fish eat the skin off your feet, all the dead skin off your feet. So go there and get a pedicure. That one guy had some pretty rough looking feet, didn't he? Ugh. Okay. Hope he's not watching this video. And there's the ships from the port, and look at that crystal blue water. Isn't that just beautiful? And here was another little swimming area right here in the main area, and look at that. Isn't that just cool? Crystal blue water, and you got the ships out there and just having some wonderful weather. And this is something that they do here at Costa Maya. They have these guys, they call them the flyers, and they do like this little ancient tribal dance, they called it, and then they go up to the top of this thing, and they call them flyers because once they get to the top, they wind the ropes that are hanging there, they wind those up, and then they hang from those ropes while this thing spins. This video is going to get a little long here because I'm kind of showing you, I want you to get the full experience of this, okay? So if you don't want to watch this, you can skip through it, but it is pretty cool. These guys are going to climb to the top of this thing, and they're going to wind all this nylon cord up. I'm sure in the old days, they say they've been doing this for like hundreds of years or maybe thousands of years, I don't know. But they wind all that rope up, and then once that gets wound up around that pole, then they all just lay back on the rope without a net or anything. They just kind of loosely attach themselves to these ropes, and then they just fall back, and then they just start spinning and flying through the air. That's why they call them the flyers. So you're going to see that here in just a second. And once the ropes get going up, then the next thing you know, they're going to start flying down, and it is pretty amazing. So here we go. This is the final part of the winding the ropes, and now they're done winding, and now they're going to fall back and fly. So here you can see them. They're just hanging by like their legs, and they got the ropes wrapped around their waists, I think, and they're just hanging in midair upside down, and they are spinning and flying. And this thing is going to come all the way down to the ground. That nylon was all the way to the ground, and now it's all the way up there, and it's going to keep unwinding until they touch ground. I'm going to shut my app now. If you want to fast forward through this, go ahead, but I'm just going to show you this whole ritual.
That's crazy as hell.
And now we're heading back to the ship. Don't want to be late because they'll leave you at the dock. Hey, there's our little animal for the day. And it was a tiny one this time. And I'm being very risky and drinking a Diet Mountain Dew. Oh boy. All right, so now we're walking through. This is now Cozumel, and we're walking through the main little shop area, the port shop. This is where you can buy all your chocolates and candies and colognes and all of your various things. There was Ron John's over to the right. We'll actually go through there for a second, but these are all just the little shops that are out here. And that's Fat Tuesdays over there. And you're just looking at all the stuff that's out here in Cozumel. There's Diamonds International. You know those old commercials they used to show on the Carnival ships? They would always say, Diamonds International. They don't show those commercials anymore, which makes me kind of sad because it takes you back to like the 80s and 90s, I think. Okay, there's the ships. I think there were like 7 ships in port that day, so Cozumel was as crowded as I've ever seen it. It was just really bad. It was super, super crowded, but still beautiful nonetheless. We didn't spend a lot of time here this day, but we did go check all the little stores out there in the main port area, which I love going to the stores and see what they've got new, or just even looking at old stuff. And again, Diamonds International. Right here's the fountain where a lot of people have their picture taken. See, it's kind of Aztec-y looking or whatever. It's a waterfall there, and it is just neat. And it's just been there for many years. First time we ever went back in 2012, got our picture taken here, and just every year we come back here. Now we're Ron John Surf Shop. I don't know if there's a lot of surf going on here, but guess what? You can buy the T-shirt. Hey, Ron John's. Did you go on spring break 1990? Oh yeah, I did. Got me a Ron John shirt and some stickers. Now we're walking around outside and we're checking out what the other shops look like. Not a whole lot going on out here. I mean, they do have a lot of shops here, but you know, I'm not buying a lot of stuff. Now we're walking back and you can see all the stuff they sell here, and they clearly state smoking kills. So you can buy tobaccos and stuff in here, but you know, they warn you what this stuff might do to you. Okay, so now we're heading back to the boat, and you can see there's 3 Carnival ships right next to each other. I think that was the Carnival Dream, Freedom, and us in the, what were we in? The Jubilee? Yeah, that's what it was. And we've also actually been on the Celebration before too, which is the ship that's, I think, exactly like the Jubilee. Same size. These are the Carnival's 2 biggest ships. Look at that crystal blue water. Isn't that cool? Cozumel has some crystal blue water. But if you go to the beaches here, a lot of the times you do see a lot of coral, so you definitely want to wear some water socks so you can walk out in it. Okay, another little tiny towel animal. He did some real tiny ones. I'm not sure why. Usually they make big ones like monkeys and stuff and crabs and all that, but they did a pretty good job and I liked it. Okay, right here was the guy that was making all the towel animals out in the Havana area. Very nice guy. And right there you see the elephant. And there's the Carnival Dream, I think, across from us. Yeah. Anyway, this is the Havana area. I can't tell you, it's just not crowded here, or at least it wasn't on this trip. And we were out here a lot. There just wasn't a ton of people out here. It was a lot of fun. Maybe we scared them off. Maybe my armpits stunk because I hadn't taken a shower yet today. I don't know. Anyway, it started raining at some point, and you can see that. It started pouring right after we got back from Cozumel, and we're so glad we didn't get caught in the rain. And right there's the dock, and people are rushing right now because I think it's actually past time right now. So that's a dock runner in a rickshaw. So it's like past time right now, and that guy is pedaling fast. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And there's the bolt. Yes, we did ride the bolt, and it was a lot of fun. I've ridden the bolt on the Celebration, and it's just amazing. That is so much fun. It's like riding a dragon through the sky. It is so much, it's so cool. You got to do it. If you ever get a chance to ride that roller coaster, it doesn't look like it's going fast, but buddy, it goes fast and you control the speed. Hey, I told you we'd make it down to Guy's Burgers, and that's where we're at right now. This was the Guy's Burgers on board, and there's all the different Guy's Burgers. If you want to pause that and rewind it, that'll tell you all the Guy's Burgers you can get. And there's an oil thingy-majig that was out here as we're heading back from Cozumel. So you can see lots of different stuff out here, a few things anyway. I think there are oil rigs and such, and there's a show going on right there in that main area. And I'm just showing you the other side, the opposite side of where the stage was at. And there's the stage without anything. This is the next morning. Towel animals. Let this be a warning to you. I'd never been to Texas before. I thought it was always warm in Texas, but guess what? When we got off the ship, it was like 42 degrees and it was freezing. The wind was blowing really hard. It is freezing right here. We had to wait on our car for about 45 minutes because Galveston Mardi Gras is going on right now. So that was not any fun. So waited out here for a long time. This is the end of the video actually, but I can't tell you enough. Wear a coat. We're going to cross the little area that takes you back to Texas City and all the way to Houston. Sorry to be so abrupt at the ending there, but that's us heading to Houston, going across the water. Like I said, didn't know Galveston was an island. I was surprised. It doesn't look like it is on the map. At least it doesn't on any map I've looked at. So Galveston was an island. Found that out. And guess what? I also found out it gets cold in Galveston in February. It was like 42 degrees. Felt like about 32. The wind was blowing super hard. People were getting off in shorts and flip-flops and stuff like that. I felt sorry for them. I had a little thin sweatshirt on and I was still freezing cold. Consider the Mardi Gras. And it was super busy down there. It's hard to find a ride. So we had ordered a ride to come and get us like about a month ago. And the ride was late. So we stood out in the freezing cold for 45 minutes. And let me tell you something, it's miserable. And if you're going to try to get a Uber, they say it's super hard to get it during Mardi Gras time because you're talking about taking an Uber all the way from Galveston to Houston to the airport. So something to think about there. If you have any questions about any of this trip, throw them down in my comments. If I forgot anything, ask me questions in the comments. This was just a quick run through of the trip that we took on the Carnival Jubilee. So if you have any questions, again, throw them down in the comments. Thanks so much for tuning in today, and thanks for watching Tony's Reviews. Like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks so much for tuning in, and God bless you.